Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I do have a voice, apparently. Welcome to the kingdom of psychic messages.
My dear Ravenna.
Yes.
And might I ask, who is this gentleman here? What is your name, sir?
Oh, I'm Bob Ross.
Bob Ross?
Yes, yeah.
Mr. Ross, might I share something with you?
Absolutely.
I'm not wearing any makeup.
Oh, well, just add a little, happy little accent right there.
Happy little accident.
That's
That's why my mother said I was.
Aren't you you're a happy little tree, aren't you?
And a little bit mad. We're all a little bit mad here, can't you see?
Well, everybody's gotta be an individual.
Well, I'm a lot mad, actually. I've been told I've probably one of the angriest sorcerers in the kingdom.
Oh, Ravenna, you're much too hard on yourself.
Am I now? Well, let's talk to the mirror about that. I pulled myself long enough away from the mirror to have this conversation with you all.
And who are these people?
There's a bunch of people here coming to this kingdom to see what is going on. Let's see who's here.
Well, the more the merrier for a party.
Well, yes. So maybe if everybody can just let us know where you're from, that would be amazing.
Nice to join us, everyone.
Mr. Ross,
Yes.
I've
sir.
noticed you have some very fabulous paintings there in the back.
I do. You know, I'm going to go work on some of those right now.
I think you should.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What an
A round of
interesting-
applause for Mr. Ross. Clap at home if you're watching and get a cup of tea.
What an interesting fellow. Manners.
Sorry.
Watch yourself. You're here in front of the queen.
And I bow to your majesty.
Well, you better make that real sounding next time.
Everything is real and everything is unreal.
Well, we have Maria Janetti here from Boston.
Maria Janetti, hello. Welcome to the tea party.
We have Arthur from Ohio.
Oh, crazy Arthur is here.
Paul's in Greenville, South Carolina.
South Carolina, there's lots of parties happening there this month, aren't there?
Karen's from Temecula.
Oh, Karen, don't be one.
And Steph says that, Bob, your beard is mesmerizing. So,
Thank you so much.
yes.
That's fascinating.
And we will be bringing Bob back on when it's time. And
Love to
welcome,
join you.
everyone. And for those newbies that have been joining us for the month of October, you have noticed that Riz and Oriah are not here. I'm sorry. I guess she goes by Lady O.
Clever
So-
one she is.
Yes. So
And Riz the Wiz.
Riz the Wiz and Lady O have been off for 4 weeks now. This is
And
the
exactly
fourth-
where did he get his certification of wizardry? Was it Hogwarts or Wonderland?
Maybe both.
Or the
And-
Bronx?
And who knows? Yeah, I mean, there is the Kingdom of the Bronx. It could be. That's where
I
he
had
gets
had
it
a
from.
very interesting conversation with Riz, and he said that I could come and give messages this evening to everyone.
Oh, did he really?
And that
now?
while Riz channels the spirits of the very wonderful world of spirits, that I could then channel Riz himself. And I've learned to do his voice. Would you like to hear it?
I'd like to hear. Nobody can do Riz's voice.
I'll try it right now.
Okay.
And when I give the messages, I'll be channeling Riz, since you love him so much more than the Hatter, though I believe that perhaps after tonight you might prefer a little bit of red and orange in your life.
Beautiful colors.
It's a taste you have to acquire.
Mr. Ross, do you approve of my colors?
I do. I love a good crimson. Maybe a burnt sienna.
Well, I've been practicing the voice of Riz.
Let's hear it.
My name is Riz. My name is. I might have a little bit of his tea, special. Oh, good.
This
There's
is
magnesium
going to be a
and
long night.
pink Himalayan salts in there. Oh,
Okay.
I'm not fond of electrolytes, but let me give it one more shot, everyone. My impersonation of your friend Riz the Wiz. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Psychic Sundays.
Oh, I'm impressed.
That was quite good.
Was that
That-
it? It took me quite a while to get that one. I'm really glad to be here with you guys. And it's been a few weeks since I've been here with you. And, I'm really ready to give the spirit shout-outs and all the readings. And hey to everyone that's been joining us. He does that with his hands sometimes, doesn't he?
So maybe Riz, the Wiz, is actually in character all the time? Because that sounded like another character.
Quite a fascinating fellow,
So
if you ask me.
which one is the one that I'm talking to all the time? Do we even
I don't know because the
Is
voices.
this just a revolving door?
Well, sometimes when I act like Riz, he just comes in. He's kind of just being me, and we have similar hand gestures. The hand gestures are very similar to Riz, and so that's what I'm.
Oh wow!
Where does Riz end and the Mad Hatter begins?
Oh my goodness! For those of you who are joining us for the first time,
That
this
is the
going to
great
be
question of this
quite
lifetime,
a
isn't
ride
it?
tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to give psychic readings to those of you who ask the questions in the format that Bob Ross is going to give you. He's going to give you the protocol, the rules of the road of how to ask the questions tonight. And we will pick the ones that come to us, that feel that we are ready to answer. If you would like to do a super chat, you can go right ahead. It's up to you. It's your choice if you'd like
I
to
brought a little friend with me this evening.
put the coins in the pot, if you would like.
He's very
we
hungry.
will do spirit shout-outs,
Ring that bell.
and we will be ringing bells. And the Mad Hatter is going to attempt to give messages from... Are we doing mediumship tonight?
I can do other voices as well. Would you like to hear one?
Okay. I have a feeling you're going to do it anyway.
Say hello to my little friend.
Oh, my gosh.
Say hello to my little friend. Say goodnight to the bad guy. Was that lovely? That's a Happy
that was
Halloween type
lovely.
of voice. I'm channeling that Scarface. Oh. I hope you don't mind.
I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to mind.
Well, he's a pleasant little fellow. He's a bit hungry, but he got used to it.
Yeah.
He took that intermittent fasting just a bit too far. He ate 1 year and did not eat the next.
Okay. That's really gross. Okay. So anyway.
I think he got the plan backwards, Mr. Ross.
I think so.
All right. So thank you
How's
all
that
for
wet
joining
canvas
us.
painting going along for you?
It's going along swimmingly, thank you. I'm painting a lake and a mountain landscape that's really something.
All right.
You should paint this castle
Well, I'd love
while
to
we
paint
are
that.
busy taking care of everyone who's joining us tonight.
Queen Ravenna,
Yes.
I loved your movie.
Thank you very much.
I can't recall the name of it or how the story went, but I loved
It's
it.
called The Huntsman, and it's based on Snow White. And my desire to constantly be always told that I'm the fairest of them all because I was cursed by my mother. And she told me that
Welcome
if I
to the
wasn't
club.
beautiful every second of the day, I'll lose all of my powers. So tonight, we are going to see if we can exercise this out of me.
Wonderful. And so
What a team we have here tonight.
I'm feeling Riz coming through again.
Okay, here we go.
And so with spirit, with spirit. Okay,
Was that a
just
little
give me
Scooby-Doo
moment.
in there?
With spirit, with spirit shout outs, what we're gonna do, I got it. With spirit, and he sits a bit cooler, doesn't he? He's cool, isn't he? Yeah. Mad Hatter can be cool as well.
Yes.
Give a moment.
Everybody's a little cool.
I just love having Bob Ross here, and I'm going to give the messages.
Thank you, Riz.
And my name is Riz the Wiz. I'm a psychic medium, trance channel shaman, author,
Revolving door.
revolving door,
Yeah,
escalator to the higher dimensions.
that's correct.
That's right. And I'm here
We
to
believe in having fun at all times. We believe that life can be as serious as you want it to be. And if you would like to be intelligent and holistic and loving and have a great time living on this planet, this dimension,
This plane
then
of
we're here to
existence.
throw a couple little breadcrumbs along the way to help you find your footing.
your little trail home. And that's the, and that is the, and that's the way messages work. The way messages work, and the way spirit guides work. Everyone has spirit guides. Is that what Riz says?
Oh my
I
God.
shouldn't have said that on the
Exactly
mic.
what he says.
And the way spirit guides work is that their job. Everyone has spirit guides. Every culture has mentioned spirit guides in some way or another. That you are not alone. That you have ancestors, the universe, fate, the watchers, the observers. Whatever, the intergalactic, interdimensional brotherhood and council, whatever word, and I've seen all of these terms used, and all of the. You're frightening me, dear. Before I continue, as him.
That's the point. I don't know if I'll let Lady O back in.
Queen Ravenna's no joke, isn't she? She's very intense. All right, so. Spirit guides are not here to give you what you want. If you just want to pray to spirit guides so that they give you what you want, you might as well stick to traditional religion. Just pray to the angels and the saints and to whatever deity you worship and say, please give me that thing. But there's a great old saying that I love to quote, and that is, people turn to God when their foundations are shaking, only to discover it is God who is shaking them. And so what we are saying to you is that the universe, reality, creation itself, the force, the source of all things, all that is, as many channelers like to say, though the term was coined by Jane Robertson Seth way back, I would like to say that everything, or pronounced it, I'm getting used to him. I like being Riz and channeling him.
Oh, that's really, really terrifying.
All of people say that that person fell off their spiritual path. Things were doing great. Maybe you feel you fell off your spiritual path. I was doing so great and I fell off my spiritual path. I used to meditate and do yoga and stretch and do breath work and go to sound healings and kirtans and sit with channelers and take care of my body, mind, and spirit. Now I have fallen off my spiritual path. My friends, you can never fall off your spiritual path. Your entire existence is your spiritual path. If today you're watching Psychic Sundays and tapping into all of this type of insight and perspective, and tomorrow you are doing what you consider to be super negative behavior and you continue that for a year or 2 or 3, it doesn't mean you fell off your spiritual path. It means that you're continuing your spiritual path. It just looks like that.
My favorite concept, idea, philosophy, thought is that it's never too late. It's never too late to begin again. It's never too late to start new. It's never too late to end a pattern. It's never too late to try again. And
Is that a
those
song?
of you who feel like you have given up completely because what's the point? Welcome to
the most sane psychic and spiritual show on the internet.
The end of the road. We are the last road on the left.
Yes.
Keep on going to the trees, into Merlin's forest. Keep on traveling, and you will eventually get to yourself. And we, hopefully, are here to help you find that place. And
So
many questions
welcome.
are coming in
And the questions
right now.
are coming in.
Yes. So we are going to take empathic questions, psychic medium questions. We will take questions about who is your spirit guide. We will take any and all questions.
And all questions should be addressed to Queen Ravenna, and all administrative questions should be addressed to Mr. Bob Ross.
Thank you.
Your friends call you Bob, don't they?
And everybody's my friend.
And on Halloween, will you be Bob Rossing for apples?
You're quite a clever person, aren't you?
What are the mediumship rules as far as timings? So is it a 6-month wait, 3-month wait?
6 months to a year.
And why is that?
Because I'm tuning in. Riz is speaking to me telepathically wherever he is. You know, Halloween, Riz takes off.
So tell me why. Some people are asking. Why?
I'd have to ask Channel Riz to give those answers. I'm not quite that bright.
Okay. So,
Sorry.
well, let's ask Riz to take a step back in for a second.
I'm trying to channel Riz. Give
Okay.
a moment. The answer to your Riz. Got it. So the answer to that question is this. When we cross over and we are leaving the density of the 3-dimensional plane called Earth, that's where the word planet comes from, or whatever came first, the plane of existence, the focused reality. Right now you are focused and using this interface of this physical body to experience this co-created reality called life here on Earth, the plane of existence called Earth. Okay, when you leave the body, your frequency rises, okay? And your frequency rises because it's no longer going to be with all of the thoughts and emotions that have clogged your brain, body, mind, and spirit, and you rise up in frequency. Okay, most of us who are left here mourning those people, our frequency goes down. They go up, we go down. Look, there's a skeleton going down. Okay, so whether you're a skeleton in the coffin in the ground or you're cremated, your vibration, which is non-physical, rises. And on the other side, you can take any body that you want. Yes, you can, meaning you can take any form that you wish. One of the most interesting films that was out was called What Dreams May Come. And as a medium, I will tell you, that, by the way, it's really fun to channel through the Mad Hatter. If you guys want to know where I really am at this moment, I am wandering through a castle in Romania. I wanted to see Dracula's castle. So I'm there right now. And I sent the Mad Hatter to Psychic Sundays to sit here. And he is actually really good at leaving his body. So I'm speaking through him, but I'm in Romania right now. Do you got it?
While you're in Romania, I have a question for you. Do you have any spirit shout-outs?
I do. And so what I wanted to say was wait at least 6 months to a year before you get a mediumship reading because your loved ones on the other side are acclimating to being in a new frequency energy, and they're in their energy body. They're not in their physical body. There's many people they have to see. There's many hands they have to shake. There's many hugs they have to give out. And they are doing various life reviews with their spirit guides. They're also connecting to people from other lifetimes who were not incarnated in this lifetime, and they are, you might say, reuniting, quite literally. Okay, so they need time. Then I would suggest getting a mediumship reading. So getting to the mediumship reading rules, 6 months to a year, passing, we just need the first name and when they passed, and your first name. And if something comes through, I will then transmit that to you. If I don't get a message, I'll just say, got nothing for you. Maybe it's not time this time. Maybe it's next time. Maybe it's not through me. Maybe it's through somebody else. I'm chill. If it's supposed to happen, it will. Ooh, I'm chill. I'm chill. If it's supposed to happen, it will.
Oh.
Sorry, I had to interrupt. Sorry. Riz, you can come back now. So, good. So now let's go for that. I'm going to give some spirit shout-outs before we begin. In fact, that's how we begin. Spirit shout-outs are where messages come to me. It might be someone from the other side. It might be a spirit guide. It'll be a specific piece of information that pertains to one of you. If this information is ringing true and resonating and ringing a bell with you, it should be specific. If, for example, if I say a date, it should not be the day before or the day after. I always say a specific date that is related to you. Usually that date is clearly of great importance. It might be a birth date and a wedding anniversary. It may be the date of the passing of a person. So that being said, many of you who've been with us since the beginning, you know the drill, so let's begin. All righty then. Thank you. There's a person here who's crossed over whose connection was to Nantucket. That is a city. Is that in Rhode Island? Nantucket?
Maine, right?
It's in New England, Nantucket. So either they had a property there, or this is where they went for, I guess, for vacation or time off or for leisure. And this person is connected to that. That's spirit shout out number 1. If that person belongs to you, please let me know. The other person, another thing that's happening right now is somebody here who's watching is either thinking about becoming a dental hygienist, or you just finished the course, or you're in that field already. But I think that you're thinking about it. That's what it feels like most. And I want to talk to you about that. Now, the other thing, I have one more. This is, what I'm seeing is a mark, a scar on the left thigh of a person. So either this is you or this other person had a very noticeable scar right here. Those are the 3 spirit shout-outs.
All right. Well, being that I'm the sorceress, I have information that I'd like to share about the dark side. So the dark side is a lower vibratory place where it is it's kind of a location where you start to feel really bad and you start to think really negative thoughts and you can't seem to get out of it. And the more you think of these negative thoughts, the deeper you go in, and it's like a spiral effect, and you keep going down, 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 down. And what that means is you go into a form of depression. So how you get there is through your beliefs and your thought process. And so what I will be here to help you with along the way, I'll be picking out certain questions to help along with your spiritual path and helping you understand how to raise your vibration.
Yes.
So that you can have a happier, authentic life, not a fake happy life, but a real happy life where you actually look in the mirror and like what you see.
That's so exciting.
And you don't need someone to tell you.
No, I hate when people tell me things.
So,
Except you.
So it's very important that you understand high vibration. High vibration is
I love to
healing.
vibrate.
What was that?
Sorry.
This is, Mad Hatter, you could actually start annoying me.
Are you giving me permission?
Do I have a choice?
You said I could start annoying you.
Yes.
I take that as permission.
It can happen very quickly here.
I'm a bit frightened.
You should be.
All right.
All right. So we are going to get to the
I'm
first
going to channel Riz
questions.
again if you're ready for questions.
Yes,
Or
we are
spirit
ready
shout
for
outs.
questions.
We might have a spirit shout out.
Already.
have a spirit
All right.
shout
let me
out.
let me get Riz to channel through me again.
Thank you.
Okay. We've got a spirit shout out, Bob.
Yes, I do, Riz. Christine.
Christine.
says, I have a scar on my left leg that just recently happened.
Thank you, Christine. Yeah, I see that. I saw that left scar. That's scar on the left leg. Okay, here's what I want to talk to you about. Your guides are, it doesn't matter how this happened, okay? The point is that this is really about you beginning to, you're on the verge of something wonderful. So you're really about to open up into doing some deeper healing with yourself. This has to do with allowing yourself, Christine, to be in your own divine feminine energy. Divine feminine energy is not something that is just related to because you're a woman or anyone who identifies as a woman or anything like that. What we're talking about is the yin energy. So it's beyond kind of male and female, genitalia. Sorry, I had to jump in there because Riz doesn't like to say those words. God, Mad Hatter, what do you... when I channel through the Mad Hatter, I want him to just chill with his own little
And
jokes.
behave.
Yeah, and behave. It's
Yeah.
okay, thank
He
you.
actually doesn't behave at all.
Yeah, I hate
It's
that.
very annoying, actually.
So it's really about your yin energy, which is the flowing, the creative, the intuitive, and the receptive, Christine. So this is a time for you to realize that you are absolutely, you're given permission by the universe, but the universe, when they give you permission, it's not that they are lording it over you. What they're saying is that they're encouraging you. I use those words permission because it's about you giving yourself permission to be in your creative flow, gentle, receptive place. So, word of advice about Thanksgiving coming up, even though Halloween's in a couple of days, I actually wanted to talk about Thanksgiving and how you're going to be at that time, who you're going to be spending time with, and knowing that you are under no obligations to be with anyone. If you don't want to be with anyone on Thanksgiving, you don't have to. If you want to be, you can be with whom you choose.
Whatever's empowering.
Thank you. And isn't that wild that the spirit guides are watching and talking to you about that scar that you just got? Feel better. Use some arnica. Arnica gel helps to get rid of scars long term. The Mad Hatter wants to come through so bad. He wants his body back so bad.
Can Mad Hatter actually answer questions? You
Well,
want to try?
No, I'm going to just... I need to do this
Okay,
for
so
everybody.
we have Lori and Bob. How do you pronounce her name? This is the first question. Her last name? I always try not to chop everyone's name up.
Oh, just call her Lori H.
Lori H. Hello,
Lori
Hatter.
H. H for Halloween.
Lori from Idaho.
Hi,
I'm
Lori.
very blessed and thank my angels and guides daily. Could you tell me any of their names?
Well, I mean, come on, Laura. You already know that Archangel Michael is working with you. This is clear. You know, it's just you're. The moment that I hear a name is where, for me, be doing this for so long, as you know, because some people say, "How do you get it so quick?"
Right.
I don't know. That's how I get it so quick. Some people know how to sing in tune on quick. Some people are good, paramedics really quick. I don't know. I just know.
Have you? I've sat in.
I just said I don't know. I just
studios.
know.
I have sat in a recording studio with you when you're recording your music and doing your music, and I don't hear these all these little I'm watching all these lines on the editor,
Right.
when they're working on I don't know what that's called, that screen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to all these sounds, and you guys are talking. It's like another language, and then you're hearing these little tiny areas
That need to be changed.
Yeah, like a little tone or a note or a transition.
Music actually helped me become Music actually helped me become a better psychic medium.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like a musician with a really good ear can listen to a song and immediately go, that note is wrong. It's not in the scale.
Right.
It's kind of like that with me. So I hear
that's the same thing?
Yes,
It's psychic,
actually.
right?
So when I hear a name, because most of my readings are on the phone, as you know, I never see the person. But as soon as I hear the vibration of their voice or I hear their names being spoken, something happens.
Right.
So what I want to say is two things here. Lori, right? Lori, Lori?
Laurie.
Laurie, Lori. Okay, thank you.
That was Erica that just popped in to spell that.
That's okay, Bob. So, Lori, listen, Archangel Michael, yes. Two things are coming up. One is the front of your home needs to be cleansed and energized and blessed by you. I don't know if you don't like the front of your house or you really love it, but the point is that it needs more attention by you to be stepping into what I call your good magical autumn witch. Yes, your good magical autumn witch, right? Which is connected to, yes? Actually, that's a good segue.
Yes.
Because Lady O came out with, or is coming out with, your oracle deck, which is called the House Witch Oracle deck, where all the cards have to do with how you are energy cleansing. So look for that soon. But let me get back to Lori's message. So Lori, stepping into your magical witch. Remember Glenda the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz? Something like that, okay? But more kind of, more of the forest, okay? And allowing yourself to really connect and making cleaning your meditation. So when you're sweeping, when you're wiping something, when you are washing the dishes, make that a meditation. It's not separate from prayer or meditation. It becomes that. And so any task that you do, Laurie, becomes that meditation. So you're not going, I shouldn't have to do this so I could go do my spiritual stuff. No, this moment is your spiritual stuff. How you're sitting, how you're carrying yourself, how you're sipping your tea. Every moment in grace is what I'm hearing from Archangel Michael. Every moment in grace.
So I would like to expand upon that because I'm an intuitive empath and there's some questions I see coming in and some people are feeling kind of desperate. So I'm kind of, going to weave in and out some of my stuff while Riz is talking about the psychic world. I would just like to say that what he was talking about, every moment counts, is absolutely imperative. Every moment counts, which means pay attention to every single thing you're doing and saying. Catch yourself when you're being negative. Catch yourself when you are kind of playing the scary side of the deck of cards. So when you start to play those cards, you start to spook yourself. And people don't know they can simply put those cards down. They can put that deck away. They don't need to ascribe to that feeling or vibration. People don't know they have that control.
And
he says,
is that because whatever that you speak, you are giving it more power?
Yes. And you Riz just finished saying that, yes, it just threw me off because Mad Hatter's here.
I snuck in again.
But you said the word permission. And
Was
a
that
lot
wrong?
of
Was
times
that wrong
people
with
don't
me?
realize that it just comes down to permission.
Yes.
They don't even know they have to give themselves permission for what. So to put it
To
in simple
live
terms,
out loud and to be everything that you want to be.
yes,
And that
it
is
starts
what you
with the
are.
smallest things.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you one example, and that's why I have this Oracle, the House Witch Oracle deck coming out, which I haven't really officially announced it yet, and I don't have the box. It's in the other room to show it to you. I'll do it after the holidays. After this holiday. But I want to say that a little thing that I would like to expand upon that he just finished talking about is the little things that matter. So for instance, imagine if you've always wanted royal blue or cobalt blue sheets on your bed. You wanted to have like cobalt blue, like curtains or sheets or something that was very extravagant looking. Like you could just go to Amazon, you can go wherever you want, but it's extravagant looking. It feels otherworldly and it represents who you really are on the inside. You would be surprised, a small shift like that, a little movement of giving yourself permission. This is an example of where you can give yourself permission, that you put something like that on your bed. You go to sleep at night and you slip into this cobalt blue color and you cover up and you wake up in this, it starts to work on you. Imagine if you do this across the board in every area of your life, and it's a small progression and it starts building. And this is how you're going to raise your vibration and giving yourself permission. And I think while you're giving messages, what I'm getting right now, what would really work is I could expand upon some of your messages when it comes to these little areas where people can go deeper. Are you being good?
That's a loaded question, I think.
Do we need to bring Bob back in here?
No.
Bob is going to go on Amazon and order some cobalt sheets for Erica at the end of this podcast.
Hey, so what's going on?
We were just having a conversation about cobalt blue bed sheets.
Love cobalt blue. How's the Mad Hatter doing tonight?
He's a little bit of a strange fellow.
He's a good channeler to bring me through like this.
I have never seen anybody channel you before.
knew?
This is quite impressive.
I thought I would have to be dead before somebody could channel me.
Oh my God, it's getting weird in here now.
All right.
So let's
have
talk
my
to
spirit.
Anna.
You got a spirit
We
shout
got a
out.
Spirit
Shout out. Ring
Where's
that
my
bell.
Got a
Ring my bell.
Shake that skeleton.
Ring
Look
my
how
bell.
happy he is. There's a spirit shout out. Look, he can't even take it. He's so happy. Chill, dude.
here's a happy little shout out. Colleen, my friend Steven,
Yeah.
who crossed in 2017, grew up on the island of Nantucket.
Thank you. Steven.
Yes.
Colleen, Steven is very strong around you. Brought up Nantucket, deep connection to it. Knew you'd be watching clearly. And I think I've heard your name before, and you've been with us before. So awesome. Thank you for being with us. And Steven says his hellos. I have to tell you, though, on the other side, he doesn't have his own version of Nantucket. He's like, he gets to be Captain Kirk on the Starship Enterprise. That's kind of his version of heaven. I have to tell you. He's exploring like the galaxy. He gets to play out that fantasy. And you know what's amazing is that a lot of mediums don't share this. Maybe they don't see this, but I certainly have always seen it. That on the other side, you're not just walking around in white robes and sitting with Buddha, you know what I mean? Or whoever it is that you think you're going to see on the other side. You're having adventures. You're getting to live out what your version of heaven is. It may be anything that you want so that you can experience that.
Did you just say heaven?
Yes.
We are in Halloween decor in a castle drenched in Halloween scariness.
But Halloween is very
And
heavenly.
You start talking about heaven.
How does that make sense?
How is that related?
Because heaven is the joy in your heart.
So you can have joy in your heart and celebrate Halloween?
Of course. In fact, the roots of Halloween are All Saints' Day.
Sounds very
November
Druid.
1st. And then before All Saints' Day was Samhain, the Celtic tradition of where the veil is thinnest between this dimension and the next when we cross over.
Isn't this where the big transformation happens in the seasons?
It does. It does happen. And it's very important to know that Halloween, Samhain, the original name of it, is, and this is going really deep, the power that we have given it with our joy. You know, it's funny. Everyone's having fun on Halloween. Everyone's having a great time and dancing. And it's not about what people think it's like some scary, dark holiday. Right?
Mm-hmm. Guess who just snuck into the kingdom?
The Mad Hatter.
No.
Oh, I'm back.
So
I
my
can't
daughter
stand-
just snuck in here to see the shenanigans.
Hello, Alex.
And she doesn't know that the Mad Hatter is actually channeling Riz. She has no idea that that could exist, and so she's going to actually.
The Mad Hatter never got to be a stepdad. And now I get to be one with Alex. Alex, wouldn't you prefer me over to Riz? I can give messages, and when you want them, I can channel Riz. Do you know I can do his voice? Listen to this one. Alex, can you, tomorrow, can you make sure that your car is not blocking the driveway? All right, cool, thank you. See, I can do Riz's voice. Do you love that? I'm sorry if I scared you.
Bob?
Yes.
He needs a little touch-up.
Oh, do you need a little
sorry.
touch-up?
A little touch-up, please.
Yeah, absolutely no problem.
Everybody wants to see you again.
I'd be happy to do that.
Why did you pour this in there? Oh, that's disgusting. That tea is from days ago, dear.
Come on in.
What?
Are you crazy?
Why is there tea from days ago, Bob? You were the last one that had the tea.
It's not from days ago. I just drank it this morning.
Oh, there's Bob germs in there.
Yes.
Bob germs?
I'm sorry.
They're happy little germs.
That hurts.
Little
That's very painful.
Oh, it's just a...
I'm kidding.
Oh,
Bob, I need to remind you of something.
yes.
I'm not wearing any makeup.
Oh, well, we'll just add a little touch of a happy color right there. That's nice. Look at that. Look at that. Just a little difference makes a big one sometimes.
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
Ravenna,
Would you like to take
Riz wants
the
to come back
poison
and-
tea out of here?
take that horrible junk juice away from me.
Junk juice. Oh my.
It's not proper for a Halloween tea party.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think we want Riz back.
Hey, everyone. All right, so what do we got? Let's take some more
All
questions,
right, so
all right?
now we have Anna.
All right. By the way, so Laurie, anyway, Steven's doing great, says hello. All right, from the Starship Enterprise.
All right, Anna, I'm interested in learning the name of my gatekeeper guide. Could you provide any insight on who they are or any messages they may have for me? Thank you so much. You all look fabulous. Thank you, lady.
You are so welcome, Anna. Thank you for joining us. Let's talk about gatekeepers, guys. You have spirit guides and you have gatekeepers. Anna, obviously, you have been studying channeling and understanding how the sort of the structure of spirit guides. So the gatekeeper is, everyone has a gatekeeper that wants to channel or develop that. And so the gatekeeper's job is sort of similar to the person outside of the nightclub that checks everybody's ID before they come into the club. The gatekeeper makes sure...
Those are Riz's happy little socks.
You shook the camera, darling. You don't seem to give a damn about that anymore.
You don't give a damn about putting your socks right there on set.
What if my feet get cold? Would you rub them?
No.
That's definitely not
You
gonna
can
happen.
ask
Would Bob rub them?
Bob to put the socks on you.
Well, maybe Bob could
Bob-
paint me some socks.
I'd
And then
love
I
to
can
paint
put
you
my
some socks.
foot through that canvas.
Oh, that hurt Bob's feelings.
So, shall we go back to the message?
Yes.
Gatekeepers, gatekeepers check the IDs of the spirits that want to then communicate with you. They separate the ones that are just having fun and are just kind of milling about, because spirits are everywhere. Not all spirits are spirit guides. Okay? Spirit guides are ascended masters, teachers of all sorts of shapes, sizes, and names and energies, whether they are a spirit animal or they are an elemental spirit guide or they are a well-known person or a name you've never heard of. The spirit guides are there to help you connect the dots of your life and lead you to situations that will then further your soul's development. Many of your spirit guides are with you throughout lifetime. Some of your spirit guides are what I call temps. Temps they do temps. They're in to do the job for 6 months, help you get through something.
Right.
But gatekeepers are there for the entire run. So developing
Now,
that.
does everybody have a gatekeeper?
Only those who then are making an honest effort to channel.
Yes.
The gatekeeper comes in. Not everyone is here to channel. Look, you have spirit guides. You're still protected, but
And
we're
what-
talking about
what
only to
does-
channel.
And what does honest effort mean?
Honest effort means that you're not channeling because you want to be a cool channeler or you think it's some sort of magic trick or you're trying to get ahead just to get the lotto numbers or something, which it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It has to be for things that are for the service of mankind and for you and the service of you to help understand your life and to be able to understand the signs, symbols, and so-called coincidences that are happening in our daily lives. Notice how many people are starting to see numbers. They're starting to say, oh, I see 444, I see 555, all of that. Okay. So Anna wanted to know the name of her spirit guide.
Yes.
Okay. And so here's what's interesting as I am... You have a composer spirit guide. How interesting. You have two spirit guides working with you. And very interesting because they're both historical figures. One is your gatekeeper. His name is, I will say it the way he's saying it, is Rudolfo. Rudolfo is your gatekeeper. And one of your guides is actually Ben Franklin. How interesting is that?
Wow.
I'm actually curious if you've ever visited Colonial Williamsburg. Have you ever spent any time in that area? I would recommend you go do that this fall if you can get there. I think that you were alive during that time period. Speaking of time, do you have any timepiece or watch that is of someone left you, Anna, or that you are or thinking about buying, or you hold something, you hold this dear to you? I'm just curious if that is connected because they're showing that to me. Thank you.
I'd like to ask the Mad Hatter.
Also, by the way, your gatekeeper is talking about the way that you will feel him with you is when you're doing your meditation and you start to feel a little bit like itchy in your skin because you have very sensitive skin. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
I'm getting very hot.
Well, the air conditioner should be on. How's it going over there in the house? I can't feel it because the Mad Hatter's channeling me.
Bob turned the air conditioner on pretty high.
Is Bob talking in the third person now?
Bob is really thrown off by the Mad Hatter and Riz. And this is a lot for Bob to process.
Oh, dear.
In one sitting. But the temp is set to 69.
Why don't you oh, I love that number. Why don't you turn it back to 68 or something?
Yeah, let's go to 68.
Bob's going to grab a parka. I'll be right back.
We're very large people.
That hairstyle, that fro should keep him warm. Mine does.
Everyone's watching our housekeeping conversation, but we have no choice. We have to stay cool because we get worked up and very hot in here. All righty then.
I've got
Are we ready
pretty
to
magical confirmation from last week.
go? Okay.
Erica's stepping in for a second.
Hey, Erica, what's up?
Hi,
yeah,
guys.
let's hear it.
Hi, guys. I don't know if you remember Tanya from last week.
Uh-huh.
Her username is Titchy Tan.
Uh-huh.
And we did a big energy healing on her. And everyone did an energy healing. And she says that for the first time, she can feel her fingers.
Wow.
Since that day.
And she
You
has
guys
like a
did it.
paralyzation,
Yes.
right? We did a big healing. Everybody, all the healers on the chat, we all got together. Everybody sent a healing to Tanya. It was a very big moment. And I remember she had the epidural that contracted a bacterial infection.
That is incredible. And look, energy healing works.
Yeah. It's really
Focused
great, you guys.
intention, yes.
And there's a lot of Reiki healers usually on our chat. So if you're a Reiki healer, give a shout out. Also, if you're in the healing arts, we love to hear.
This guy could use some Reiki.
We love to hear
it's
if
not
anybody
too late.
is in the healing arts. We'd love to hear what your modality is. We always like to encourage people to share what they do, so people feel encouraged. They have no idea who you are when you're on a chat with us, and so when you say what you do in the healing world, it's really encouraging and uplifting to the others that are talking to you. All right, let's go to the next question. So we have Christine Marie.
Hey, Christine Marie.
Recently, in a hypnotic state, I heard a woman whisper timidly, "Excuse me, I've had a lot of experiences lately. Can you and my guides comment on this, please? Thank you. I love you guys."
Okay.
Love you too.
I'm tapping into it. So what I want to describe two things first. One will be very specific to you, Christine, and secondly, I would like to share with people what that is when she said timidly. I love that it was timid because when you're receiving a communication, most of the time from the other side, it doesn't really hit you over the head, especially in the beginning. Sometimes there are some spirits that are louder, but it's not aggressive, okay? So you know that it is a friendly intelligence that is speaking to you. Also, this is a way for you to begin to acclimate and feel more comfortable receiving transmissions from the other side. So what I would suggest to you is, now that you had that feeling, certainly there's nothing to be afraid of at all. Remember something, you are a spirit. It's not people. Some people, they're funny. Then they say to me, "I'm afraid of spirits." I go, "You're a spirit."
That's funny. It's so true.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
Like, what happens when we dream at night? We like leave our body in the bed, and where do we go?
Right. Exactly. So,
Do you know you have a big table full of candy and chocolate I put there for you?
oh, thank you.
And you did not even notice.
Christine, do you mind? Because I haven't had Twizzlers.
This is a Musketeer. I got all this Halloween candy because this is the only time of year I'm going to do it.
That's right. It's the only time of the year that I'll ever have Twizzlers. And, you know, I think that 30% of my body is Twizzlers.
Because
of the way I grew up.
Because we eat so healthy that when we do have this, it's like our body knows what to do with all the toxins.
Okay.
Well, our vibration's high enough to handle it. But if you have inflammation or immune system issues, I wouldn't recommend
Don't
it.
eat Twizzlers.
Okay. Did I interrupt you?
I'm still chewing.
Did we get
I
sidetracked?
move my mouth away from the microphone.
Oh,
really
candy
like the Mad
corn.
Hatter.
That's right, Linda. Thank you for reminding me. There's candy corn in that little pot there, that little cauldron.
Little cauldron here.
A little baby cauldron. I
Little
put
happy
candy
little
Isn't it
corn.
wild I can move the Mad Hatter's hands? He's just such a good channeler.
Did you finish answering Christine Marie's question?
So, Christine,
You're commenting
I
on
wanted
the
to say something.
timid
What's
woman.
I wanted to say what was
Spirit.
specific about that woman. She did not feel like a spirit guide. Seems to be connected to either the person that was with you, or was just with you at that moment. This does not feel like a guide. This was just more like a message coming through. Okay, so practice makes less imperfect. So practice your meditations and your communication. I do have a spirit shout out,
Ready?
but take the next question because I'm chewing Twizzlers.
All righty then. I'm actually going to take a question. I'm going to take it from Nancy S. I'm going to answer this for you, Nancy. I've been experiencing so much energy in my body that I feel it in my chest recently. Any advice? Yes. You know, being a very sensitive empath, I feel a lot of energy running through my body at various times. And sometimes I'll notice like my leg will be shaking. One time during a podcast, my leg was just, I think I was like sitting like this or something. And it was like this or something, or I can't remember how it was, but my leg was just like going like this. And I couldn't believe that I did that on the podcast. But that happens to me a lot. So what happens is you just get this buildup of energy, especially if you're going through any kind of spiritual rebirth or any kind of ascension symptoms. The best thing to do is to definitely start moving your body. You're going to have to do treadmill, walk around the block. You're going to have to start getting into water, go to saunas, go to your gym, see if they have like a sauna, or go to a local, spa, or if you have a spa, get in your jacuzzi. Try to be in water, try to dissipate and move energy around, and also dance. Dancing is really important. And for me, like yesterday, I want to learn how to, I'm not a professional singer or any kind of singer, but I love to belt. Like U2, that band U2, Bono and B.B. King did a song called the love song. What is it called? I have to look it up now. I just
Love
forgot.
Came to Town.
Love Came to Town.
Oh, how did I know that, Bob?
And I love singing that song. Oh my God. It has so much power and soul and so much gravitas. And I was in the car with Riz coming back. We went to the haunted, ask Riz about
I wasn't
this.
there.
I know, but ask him about the Queen Mary when we did that haunt. It was so good.
I'm tuning into him, asking him.
Yes, it was so good. And
can't
we were
remember.
coming back and I was belting this song, and it was like it was like scratching an itch. I had to sing it over and over, and I was like just like giving it everything I had, and it was so great. And that's how I move energy. So to give you an example, when you get stuck energy, you got to do things like this to start to move your energy, get it out, start moving it through your body evenly. Okay, you guys are ready? You and Riz are ready for the next question?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
He's channeling me pretty well.
Okay.
I do have 2 spirit shout outs.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So this is near somebody's house. There's an area that I'm seeing that there used to be a well outside of your house, and this well was removed, and you anyway, that's I'll go further with the message, because there's these house spirits around that, and they're showing me outside your house there used to be a well, and it was removed, or it's completely torn up. So if that's you, please let me know. There's also somebody here on the other side who has crossed over, who is related to somebody here named Kyle. This is a woman, older woman, connected to Kyle, who is connected to you, or Kyle, you're watching right now. Okay. Let me know. Also, I have a date coming up, and the date is November 4th. This is connected to someone who crossed over, and they keep saying November 4th to me. So either that's their anniversary, or that's your birthday, or that's when they pass. It has to be that
Okay.
specific. The 4th of November.
All
Thank you.
righty then. We are moving on to Jasenia. Jasenia A.
All right,
I'm not going to
Jasenia.
attempt the last name. Gemini, life path 3 with a stuttering issue since childhood. Love how you said that so concise. I got it. What would my guide say is the best form of communication for me to express creatively? Or what would they like me to know? Thank you.
Well, there's two things that I'm seeing here. And Jasenia, I know you're going to find this funny. Have you ever been on a boat where people were sword fishing? Is this something that, or fishing and they caught a swordfish or a big, like those big, were they mackerel? I don't know. I've never done it. But but you're out on the ocean. I was wondering if you've done that or someone in your family does that. That's one message. Let me know about that. Number two, when you're talking about the creative arts, when I tap into who you are, it is writing, and it begins with you taking a course and allowing yourself to be a part of taking a course in that. Meaning, like you have to give yourself permission. That's why I say allowing yourself, meaning that once you make the time, Jasenia, it's not that you don't have enough time. I like to say that when you drop a little pebble in water, that pebble makes a ripple effect. You are the pebble, you're not the water. You drop that into the water and everything will work around you. The universe will create the ripples through you. So it is about you getting those ideas and those thoughts out. Interesting, I do also know that Geminis are really into words and conversation, but it's not about that. It's still very specific to who it is that you are. And another thing I want to recommend to you is to go go-karting. You need to, those go-karts that are in those play areas, and I'm not talking about bumper cars or little baby ones, the ones that go kind of fast. You need to be in that. You need to feel that excitement, because I think that little thrill, that energy of what speed feels like is important for you, or that, like, oh my God, this little go-kart is going to go out of control. Am I going to be able to take this little turn? It's totally safe. You can do it. But I want you to stimulate yourself with a kind of thrilling energy to move you. I feel like the universe wants to give you a little bit of you remember, sometimes you might get a little electrical shock or static electricity. You've been sitting on something and you stand up and suddenly you get a shock by touching something. It's like they want you to get alive. You need to wake up, really, like a little jolt you need. Nothing bad, just a little jolt. And it's coming. You got a lot of messages. One last message I want to say to you is I see in Asian life, Jasenia, this is, to me, it seems not that long ago. It's not ancient China, but it certainly looks like the far other end of China that goes more towards, I guess, Siberia. It goes more towards there. You had a lifetime. You suffered a lot in the cold. You lived it, but it wasn't very pleasant. But I want to say that you learned endurance in that lifetime, and you're a very hardy person. So make sure that you don't overindulge this holiday season and bring some strength training into your routine. That was a lot of messages, even though all you did was ask about creativity, but I had to give it to you because your guides want you to know.
The person who was asking about stuttering, is that the one we're on, or is that
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that would be great for her to do singing also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Does the Mad Hatter have anything to say? It looks like he's back.
I am back.
What would you like to say?
I am a philosopher, darling, in many ways. Did you know that? I am a philosopher, and I would like to share some of my philosophies with you this evening.
Share it. I just want to look at your beautiful face.
That was oddly pleasant.
Were you afraid of these nails?
Yes. They're very
ASMR. Let's do ASMR.
delightful. A message about magic to everyone. You see, many may think that you're mad because you're different, because you think differently. You might be the rainbow sheep of your family. And that's because you know there is more to this life than simply what you see in front of you. There are things that are underneath you, behind you, within you, above you, and through the walls, and there's energy everywhere. And you are aware of it, and you feel other people's feelings, and there are things that you suspect to come true, and they do come true, or you are connecting the dots, you are having coincidences happen, and all in all, and overall, you are having a very interesting experience in life, and that experience in life is that you are realizing you are not alone, and there is perhaps something more afoot in reality around you. You are correct, my dear Mad Hatters, and it is truly the happy ones that are admitting that they are a bit mad, and what will happen is that what we're discovering is those who were seemingly a bit mad before are now being considered correct. And congratulations to you. That is all I have to say at the moment.
Well, Bob has something to say.
I was afraid of that.
There's a few people for the spirit shout-outs.
I'll get Riz back.
Thank you.
One moment. Oh, Riz. Yes. Hi.
Hi, Riz.
Hey, Bob.
I think the Mad Hatter doesn't really like me very
Why am I
much.
holding? Why is he holding the skeleton? Would you like to hold that instead? I like your raven. Ravenna. Ring the bell for the spirit shout-outs. What do we got?
So, I've got a few for you, and we need to figure out which is which.
Which is which? Okay.
So, the one that was November 4th.
November 4th, yes.
Christine's mother, Linda, passed on November 4th in 2017, but also Yasmin's grandmother, Angelina, passed on November 4th, which is also her her mother's birthday.
Well, it's not one or the other. They're both here.
Okay. If you could elaborate.
What are the chances of that? You can't even do the odds. People sometimes say, oh yeah, psychics, they guess, or they do this, or they read people's body language. I can't see any of you. Your names might not even be your real names that you're saying. But all I know is that a portal opens up in my third eye, and my spirit guides just go talk about November 4th. You know, I've been observing psychic phenomena my whole life. I'm the person that observes it as it's happening to me. And I go, well, okay, it's 365 days in a year. That's 100. That's 1 in 365 shot. But it's about what's the shot of the person who's watching does have someone who crossed on that day. Now the odds quintuple fly, as you say.
Yes.
When you're sleeping.
That's true.
So, they're both here, and both are saying, hi, my lovely ladies, my lovely young counterparts. They're dancing up a storm. They're doing good. They're loving that you're watching Psychic Sundays, and word got to them that you're going to be watching this, and they just wanted to say hello. Hello, hello. Dun, 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 say hello. Whose song is that?
That's the Beatles.
Oh, well, now people will be angry that I don't know the Beatles, but I mean, I know the Beatles. It's just, that's not my thing, you know?
They're calling
Okay.
you Riz Hatter now.
Yeah, that's real clever. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Oh, so not a happy little Riz, right?
Yeah, that was a little
That
grumpy
was
little
me.
storm cloud. Thanks, Bob.
Well,
You're
I have
welcome.
another spirit shout out.
Hey, okay, what's that one?
So,
Wait, ring the bell. You're not ringing the bell enough lately.
okay.
Talk about yourself.
We've got two
You know
people.
I hate that.
we've
Sorry,
got-
Bob. Go ahead.
It's okay, guys. We've got two people for the well. Jennifer D has a well that was removed due to a barn fire,
Yeah.
and the capstone is still there.
Yeah.
And Andrea Smith, also, her house used to have a well.
Okay. This feels more mid south. What does that mean? What is the Mid-South? The Mid-South used to be a wrestling federation back in the day. It was a territory of wrestlers.
Like Tennessee?
serious?
Yeah, I don't know what the wet Mid-South is. Who's closer to the Mid-South? That's the question. That's who's going to get the message.
Okay.
Because they're describing it to me. Okay, let me know.
Will do.
Oh, also, does either of them have a German Shepherd type of dog near that property? Or did? That's the real one. Okay.
All right. We are going now on to
Yay.
Anahata. What is the spiritual significance of a sprained ankle? Well,
Shall we talk about it? Which ankle? The left or the right one?
yes.
So Anahata,
It's about slowing down and reassessing your path.
well, always, right? Because the ankle is representing stability. Now,
Yes.
let's talk about this. The ankle is an incredible gauge of your flexibility.
And navigating forward.
Yes, but it's how you're pivoting.
That's right. To be
Okay.
flexible.
To be flexible, but it's also how you pivot. Your hamstrings are flexible, but it's not about how you pivot, okay? But your ankles are about how you're pivoting. So being able, Anahata, to not dwell on something that threw you off your path or hurt you or tripped you up, spraining an ankle, or twisted you around, what it's saying to you is that, number one, I'm going to give you 3 messages here. Number one, you might say, I just need to watch my step. Watching your step, not in the sense that, hey, you better watch your step because something's going to get you. Watching your step in the sense of more grace. That you're more aware of yourself as you're carrying your body. That you're not in your head. That you're more trusting
Yeah, I was going to say trusting.
Yeah, trusting that the life experience you're having at that moment, which is walking,
Yeah, because it's a feeling of
is your spiritual practice at that moment.
your body doesn't lie, and it's a feeling of uncertainty. Like you're uncertain with your life decisions, or you're uncertain of what you're thinking about. Like you haven't trusted your process yet enough to trust the feet going forward one step at a time. Like you're not paying attention to how you're processing, or it's a version of that. It's quite a few things actually put together.
Let's keep it simple though,
Yeah.
right? Because
there's layers here.
if it's on your left side, is she responding whether it's on her left side or her right side?
Left.
Left? Okay. That's your feminine. You know that, Anahata. That is your yin energy. That is where you say, well, where do I go? What does it mean for me to be in my feminine? What does that look like? What path is that? Okay? And crying out a little bit in that area. Because maybe you're not the type of person that usually asks for help. That's the receptive part of the feminine. We all need it. We have to ask for help and receive it. The nurturing part of yourself, where you're nurturing yourself. Maybe you're busy taking care of others, or maybe you need to reassess how you're taking care of them. Maybe you just need a little bit of time to rest and slow down. That's another message from your ankle saying, I want to lay down. I don't want to do all this other stuff right now. Right now, I just want to lay down. Okay, so trust that. It's a very people ask me, what is a good request from the universe when they want to manifest? So guys, I want to share this with you. When you request something from the universe that you would like to manifest, the best way that people say, if it's for my highest good, may this be. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Because why do I say don't say that? Because you might end up with a sprained ankle or worse. Because the universe goes, well, the only way you're going to listen is a sprained ankle. So here's how I ask the universe to assist me in co-creating something. I say, I would like for this to occur where I can receive in pleasant experiences, through pleasant experiences. I would like to learn this through pleasant experiences. I would like to manifest this through pleasant experiences. What do you mean manifest this through pleasant experiences? I have done thousands, tens of thousands of readings in my life, and I will tell you, I had a friend in New York City who was wanting to manifest a lot of money. She was on her way to work on her bicycle. New York City bus sideswiped her, broke her collarbone and 3 of her ribs, and cracked her, is it the femur? What is it? Is that the hip, the femur? Something like that.
That's one of the main
She had to sue. She ended up suing the city. And like, you suffered all of that just because you really wanted money. Okay, everybody likes more money, that's fine, but you want to manifest it in a way that feels good, not feels awful. So, again, requesting from the universe saying, I would like to learn this or experience this or manifest this through pleasant experiences. So simple, right?
Can
It's
I
so
do
powerful.
another ASMR?
Yes. What do you call this ASMR?
I love ASMR. That's why I like to do it all the time.
What do you do if you're doing a meditation and a voice and a spirit, you hear a spirit timidly speaking to you? Twizzler.
I would love that.
Who was the person that earlier said there was a spirit that was speaking timidly? I want to give her a Twizzler for saying the word timidly. Okay. Any spirit shout outs?
Yeah, so back to
the others.
Yes. So Jennifer D. So both of them actually live in the Midwest.
Midwest,
But Jennifer D. has 2 German Shepherds.
That's the one then.
Okay. There was another person in Dallas that also had a house with a well, and there were 2 German Shepherds.
Are you kidding
Connie.
me?
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. So,
What's the name of the other one?
Connie.
No, it's the other one that
Okay,
you were
so
just saying.
Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Okay.
So I want to say to you that this spot is very, very magical. You have a lot of fairies and things hanging around here. But what they want, yes, that is the fairies exist. Ravenna.
That's going to bring out the Mad Hatter, isn't it?
I'm forcing him to stay out of his own body so I can communicate to you. Remember, I'm in Romania right now, and the Mad Hatter is channeling me.
Okay.
Okay. So
many questions.
So what I want to say here to Jennifer?
Yes.
Jennifer, is that so the world of the Fae. Everyone say it with me. The world of the Fae. Say it.
The world of the Fae.
Ooh.
I actually have one of my cards
Lovely.
in my Oracle deck is the Light of the Fae.
So Fae is F-A-E. It refers to the world of the fairies. Fairies come from the world of the Fae. They are the Fae. Okay, so they are there. And let me tell you, you go to Ireland. I've led so many Ireland retreats. Oh, they believe in the Fae and the leprechauns, okay? And there are fairy trees and fairy rings, meaning trees that grow out of the ground in this particular place. They don't cut it down because it's super bad luck to anger the world of the fairies. This is in modern day Ireland. They will literally, if they are making a road and there's a fairy tree, they will go straight, curve around that one tree, and then continue the road. So it's real. Of course it is. But they're there, Jennifer, in that area. So you need to do a little ritual, clean it up, maybe put another well. What's the big deal? Put something that's just decorative. Do something. Make that area, because there's very great, wonderful energy. Put a quartz crystal, by the way. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe just several small quartz crystals would be very nice. Offering in that area, I would say then to also sage it and just bring some of that love to that. Maybe plant some flowers, do something, and make that little spot nice. Okay? Good. I'm back.
Hello.
And what
Welcome
is
back.
this? This is a little Twizzler.
What's happening?
Well,
My, you've got a large crystal.
You said quartz crystal. I was looking at this earlier today, and I thought maybe I should bring it on because I love my crystals, and this is such a great quartz crystal. I think I just want to hang out. You know, we're 4 days away from Halloween. It's a very special time, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to be out in public, and we're going to be shaking hands and taking pictures, and we're going to be really, really in costume. Big time. So I'm very excited about that. We're going to get to the next question. So who am I speaking with?
We are on.
No, I mean over here in this chair.
Never mind.
The Hatter.
Okay, Hatter. Would you like an attempt to answer a question?
Oh, I would.
Would you?
Yes.
You've been so well behaved. I'm going
would
to give you
love
an
it.
opportunity. Okay. This is Kathy A. Kathy or not. What
Is she Kathy or not?
She is Kathy or not. She hasn't
Are you
decided.
Kathy or not?
She has not decided. What is a past life of mine that is relevant to this one?
I'll have to call Riz in for that one. It's a bit out of my league, Kathy, or not.
I had an answer for her really quickly
Do it.
as I take Twizzlers out of my mouth.
You do
Out of my
read
teeth.
past lives, don't you?
Yes.
What do you sense?
I would sense that the life that is relevant to this one is the life she's living now.
Astonishing.
You never know what can happen here.
Hey, guys.
Hi,
I heard that somebody
Riz.
needs a past life reading.
Hi, Riz.
That's correct.
What's the name of the person?
Kathy or
Kathy.
not.
Kathy. Okay. Let me tune in. Relevant. Thank you. I just asked my guides about this. Okay.
Selenite is correct. That is the correct answer. Did I say quartz crystal?
You did.
I did. The crown
Very
is too
interesting. I want to tell you something. So I've channeled a few times. I've channeled Freda Koo, and her energy is coming through right now. You are in the region now that is known as Mexico. It wasn't always called that, but in that land. But I want to tell you something. She's coming through for a reason. People see her as the artist, also the very strong female energy. But more than that, it was about the individualism that Freda fought for, and to be recognized and to step out of the shadow of Diego, who was her partner. But it's not about that for you. It's more about this is a time where you are stepping out of the shadows. It could be more appreciation in your job and your work and being recognized for your abilities. It can also be that you are developing your own style and giving yourself permission to trust your own stylistic choices, whether you are a creative person or not. Now, let's say that if you're a creative person, you already know what I mean by stylistic choices. But if you have a job or you're not a creative person in the normal sense, stylistic means something as simple as, instead of brushing your teeth with your right hand, you're going to brush your teeth with your left hand. Instead of taking a left when you pull out of the driveway, you're going to start taking a right. Instead of wearing your hair a particular way, it's like little things where you are choosing to do something else, choosing to just do it for the sake of moving energy. So Freda was really, really powerful at expressing her own individuality, and it was through the creative arts. So again, that was the region, is what is now modern day Mexico. And I will also tell you that, what's her name again?
Kathy or not?
Kathy or
Kathy.
not.
I have to tell you something, Kathy. Have you had a neck injury in this lifetime? Because in that lifetime, you had a really bad one. And I wonder if you've had any ongoing issue with neck and upper spine. Just curious. If not, great. I'm glad you don't. But I'm just letting you know you did have one in that lifetime. And there was another person there by... the name is Brian. The name of that person now is Brian. Or Bryant. Anyway, that's the name of the person now who was in that lifetime with you. Thank you. You had 2 children.
Can you see yourself?
Yes.
Do you see how you look channeling Riz?
It looks amazing.
It is the strangest thing.
It's the strangest thing.
To see.
Hatter, do you see that? I do see that. It's lovely and wonderful. And I want to eat more of these candy corns. Is that all right?
If you guys haven't watched any of our other shows, you haven't had a chance to drop in this month. This is the first time maybe you're watching us.
The first
Definitely
time.
go back to the
I've been
beginning
watching
of
you
the
guys for
October.
a year.
Really?
Yes, an entire year. Go on.
All right. So,
Ooh, someone gave you money.
yes, they did. I'm going to go to the next question, and that is from Paul. How to how do you become more spiritually awake and aware? Well, the very first thing that comes to mind for me immediately is you have to clear the chalkboard. So if the chalkboard is full of grievances and complaints, then you have no room for advanced communication, advanced thinking, and to receive downloads from your guides, because it's too busy on channel complaining, channel making things wrong, or you could call it a chalkboard, whatever you want to call it. It clogs up your airways. And so what happens is when you want to be more advanced, or you want to tune in and you want to get messages, you can't, because all day long you're saying things to yourself that are not the most pleasant, uplifting, or complimentary. You're not like complimenting yourself. So, or you're not, you don't give yourself enough attaboys, like you did a good job. It's a little bit more down on yourself, sarcasm type of thing that can stop you from taking yourself more seriously. Going on the spiritual walk is not a novelty. It's an actual, it's like walking a tightrope in a way, because it's like we're coming out of being very loosey-goosey with ourselves and allowing ourselves to like talk to ourselves however we want, talk negative if we want to ourselves, do whatever we want. Like there's no like control. It's like you have no control over yourself. That's most humans before you have your awakening. And when you have your awakening, you awaken to the idea and the concept that you are creating your reality. So which means that every move you make, everything you do, every step you take is a conscious choice. It's a conscious effort. So that includes your inner dialogue. And so to become more spiritual and awake and aware, you would have to allow yourself to take yourself more seriously. You have to take yourself as a creator. You have to know yourself as a powerhouse, as a transformer, a being of light that can generate energy to help others, and to generate energy for yourself, your family, your own being, your own health.
What do you think about? I almost couldn't bring Riz through there. I'm doing it. What about if you also set some sort of expiration dates? I call them. I like to say expiration dates. Setting an expiration date and then saying, I'm doing this. I'm making a move in something by this date.
Let me talk about expiration dates. Here's what happens if you don't give yourself an expiration date. If you don't tell yourself, I'm going to take myself more seriously by X day, like by June or by September, by December, I'm going to start honoring my journey and honoring myself in a more serious way. If you don't stop doing that, or start doing that, what's going to happen is you're going to start getting bored. And you're going to start getting bored because you're going to get tired of yourself. And you're going to be so tired of yourself.
I think he's already bored.
I know. So you get so tired of your own rhetoric, and you get so tired of your own dialogue, and you're so tired of your own repetitive comments that you can see why others are having a hard time connecting to you, because they're also probably bored. So the thing is to kind of get, people call it unstuck. I will call it unbored. To get unbored of yourself.
There's a wonderful song by Bruce Springsteen called Dancing in the Dark. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
And he says,
Love that song.
He says, man, I'm just tired and bored with myself.
There you go. That's a sign, you guys. If you're tired and bored of yourself, just know that your environment and people in it are also tired and bored of you. Because if you're emanating boredom of yourself, others are going to be bored of you. And they're not going to want to be around you.
And that's not really you.
It's not really who you are. So you got to really understand this part, because people don't put the word boredom and spirituality in the same sentence. They really don't think they work together, but they actually coincide with each other. Boredom, when you get tired of yourself and bored of yourself, you're closing off, you're shutting the valves, you are pinching off the hose of electricity, of joy, of creation, of spark, of energy, of flow. And so what happens is you're not igniting anything anymore. You're not inspiring anybody anymore, and you're not inspiring yourself. So this is where you get into the doldrums. And if you keep going, you'll go into depression, and then it gets worse and worse and worse. So this is all the little areas where you have to catch yourself. And by asking these questions, it's good, because you need to stop you need to stop and pay attention to what you're saying to yourself and how you're talking and what you're doing. You have to pay attention. Like, are you honoring yourself? Are you really taking yourself seriously? So for Riz and I to do what we do and to dress up, and the Mad Hatter and everybody here in this set, for us to do what we do, because we don't just do it on the podcast. This is what we do for our livelihood. This is what we've been doing for over 15 years. In order for us to do what we do is we take ourselves very, very seriously. We know the impact that we make on the world. We know the impact we make with our kids, our family, our friends, people around us. And so we take that very seriously. And so we take ourselves very seriously. We take our health, our mind, our body. And it's not because somebody ordained us and just like blessed us and say, go forth and heal the world. There was no special person that did that for us. It was us making the decision that we had enough of where we were at before in our own individual lives. And we decided that it's time for us to take ourselves so serious, that we're so serious that we can have fun like this, because we are all the way on the other side of serious now. It's like when you're in martial arts and you get the white belt, and then
That's because the black belt,
you work your way up to the
frayed,
black belt.
and that black belt is frayed, where you can see the white thread underneath, and with consistent and even more practice in the black belt turns white again.
And then you're full circle. So that's what happened to Riz and I, is we got so serious and so serious about ourselves and took ourselves so seriously that we started having fun. And then the more fun we had, the more fun we wanted to have.
Remember something, everyone. What you have to do is remember something, that when we are not meditating so that you can meditate more. We are meditating so that we can begin to celebrate again. Meditate so that you can celebrate.
Meditate so you can celebrate. Meditate so you can celebrate.
Meditate.
That's
so
going to
you
be
can
our new
celebrate.
t-shirt. We should write that down, Bob, in your little paint.
Meditate so you can celebrate.
Meditate so you can celebrate. We'll make a t-shirt and put it in our
happy
merch
little
store.
phrase.
We have a merch store nobody knows about. We probably need to put new t-shirts out, but
I think
you
it's
should
time.
check it out.
We should do a couple. We've been doing readings and talking and some teachings for quite a while now. And as we're getting to the end of the show, we should make some announcements, guys, because we have some amazing events coming up.
That's correct.
Here are some of the amazing events. Number one, we're going to be traveling quite a bit this fall, doing a lot of our private shamanic healing weekends. And that's where we come to you out of costume, of course. Or maybe there's a special request that we should come in costume. We have shamanic healing weekends where you experience a circle of light and shamanic journeying, and it is for your private group, your family, your friends, in your hometown, in your own space. And we are doing that. If you're interested in hosting one of those, please give a message to Erica/Bob Ross,
Yes.
and he and she and they will get back to you about that. Now, number two, we're going to be back in Joshua Tree this February, February 22nd. We'll be back in Joshua Tree for the Alien Contact Retreat, where there's channeling. It's a channeling weekend. It is in the sacred, amazing, interdimensional portal of Joshua Tree, California. If you haven't seen the pictures, go check out the pics from the last Joshua Tree retreat. They're on my Instagram, Psychic Riz the Wiz, and you'll see us stargazing. We're out there for 3 hours with night vision goggles in a private sanctuary nestled in the center of Joshua Tree Forest with our astronomers, with our incredible zero gravity chairs, and you will see planes, you will see satellites, you will see the universe as you've never seen it before, and you will see things flying around that you cannot explain. I also channel the Echelon. The Echelon are a higher dimensional, extraterrestrial, if you will, group of wise beings in a council that I channeled. I have channeled a book called The Echelon Speak, and I channel them when we are in Joshua Tree. So you can ask questions directly to them. They give answers on all different aspects of life, and it's a small group. If you are interested in coming to Joshua Tree with us in February, you have to let us know, because we curate these groups. We get 50 to 100 people who want to come to these things when there's 10 spots. But we use our own intuition of who belongs in the group together. If you don't make it into this group, you can come to the next one.
And some people on our chat tonight have been to our...
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So guys, talk about how much fun you had. But if you want to join us, then drop us a note and you're going to get a $100 discount on that just for watching us on the live right now. So type in Joshua Tree and Erica will reach out to you.
Yes.
Number 2 and 3, We are going back to Sedona next year and Mount Shasta. These incredible portals are vortexes of energy where you are going to feel the power to and the ability to connect more deeply with your spirit guides. Oriah and I teach in these retreats deep channeling techniques and how to open that up in a private setting, and along with accessing the energy points in Sedona and in Mount Shasta. And last but not least, we have 2 spots left for our magical Merlin retreat happening in Glastonbury, England. Yes, Glastonbury is the home of Merlin and King Arthur.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And is such a powerful vortex and portal. Stonehenge, of course, we'll be visiting on that retreat. It's the most magical, one of the most magical places, especially if you are into anything that is remotely King Arthurian legend.
Yes.
Or your spirit guides are Guinevere.
Yes.
Or any of those beings, as well as if you're interested in the Fae, as we mentioned earlier, because great fairy energy is there.
Yes.
So we'll be leading that retreat in September of next year. We were full.
Can you put the link?
Yeah, we were full, but 2 spots, 2 people, unfortunately, at the last minute can't go. Yes, it is still considered last minute, a year in advance. All of our retreats are a year in advance. And so let us know about Glastonbury. If you want to join us, we'll send you information. And last but not least, the amazing, incredible Egyptian Pyramids retreat next year. The last one we are doing. We've been leading this retreat.
International.
Yeah, we've been leading this retreat for so many years, but this is the last one because we're doing other things a year from now. Very exciting stuff we'll tell you about. So if you want to see the pyramids and ride on camels and go down the Nile and to see the Valley of the Kings and Queen Hatshepsut, the great female emperor of Egypt, and to learn all about the powerful extraterrestrial interdimensional energies there, come with us. We're going to be there this December. You'll see pictures of that. There's plenty of pictures, but that's full. The last one for next November is open. So
I have a couple announcements myself.
there we go.
So, paranormal, East Coast road trip. Riz and I created this really amazing 5-day rendezvous into the East Coast, and we filmed it, and we went to all these haunted places and locations, and it's coming out on Amazon and
Apple TV.
Tomorrow. So go look for that, and you guys can watch it.
Paranormal Road Trip.
Paranormal Road Trip East Coast. We're very excited about that. Also, a couple of people are asking about Riz's Oracle deck. It's in production right now and should be available by Thanksgiving. I would think that it should be available by then, if not sooner. Let's just to be safe.
Let's just say mid-November they'll be shipping out, and we'll be taking orders very soon.
It's a specialty box. It's not a typical Oracle deck little small box. It is a grand, beautiful, amazing, big box of magic. So you guys will love that. And my Finding Merlin book is the story of my journey from the beginning, when I wanted to know who I was as a magical being and I didn't know who I was. It's set to Merlin's forest, and it's the journey of finding myself. And I wrote it in the first person so that you are actually journeying along with me and going through the exercises, the ups and downs of the
It is
of
so
this journey.
magical, that book. It literally takes
Elves,
you in.
fairies, creatures, red eagle, all of spirit guides, talking mushrooms, everything. I threw everything in there that I felt and connected with, and you guys will hopefully love it. So the paperback edition is out now. And I maybe
Anything
Bob
you want to say,
can
Bob?
drop it in, but the collector's edition will be out by Christmas, which is the hardcover.
Well, this
and the last announcement is our show format is going to change. We're making some changes, and we're very excited, especially going into the new year.
We're going to be doing segments.
Yeah, look forward to midweek. We're going to start focusing and concentrating on psychic game show. Can you be more psychic?
Yes.
And we are going to be asking you questions. There's different ways that we're going to do it. It's not live, it's pre-recorded, but you can tune into that, and we are going to ask you at home psychic questions, and you can answer and follow along to see if you're correct. We'll guide you through the exercises, and it'll be really fun. We have a couple of these game shows already out.
Those are with live players, but now you guys can, it's going to be, you can play along with us, and you're going to be able to hone in and learn some really basic and some more advanced psychic skills in that, as well as more channeling videos and all sorts of stuff.
Yes.
It's amazing. This is our last episode of our spooky season.
Yes.
We'll be seeing you next
It was really
in November.
fun, you guys, dressing up with you all. We had such a blast. It was
we
loved
dressed up
doing
every
it so
Sunday.
much.
Can you
every
believe
Sunday we totally dressed up. And yeah, so we usually go on for 2 hours every single Sunday since August. We've been doing it for 2 hours every Sunday night, and we're going to start
Since August? No, since last year.
August of last year. That's what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And we started with 10,000 subscribers August of last year. And we're up to...
You guys have helped us get to almost
430 something.
450,000 almost.
What do we have?
And we just love being with you guys, and it's an honor, and it's a gift, and it's our joy to do this.
But we will be changing the format also of the Psychic Lives. Keep that in mind. We're not going to go 2 hours anymore. What we're doing is we're working with YouTube's algorithms. So it's not that we don't want to. We really want to hang out with you guys, but we're working with what their suggestions are. And this is the best way for us to actually kind of concentrate our efforts. So we're going to be probably, what?
It'll be like a little bit less in duration, but more content overall.
More content. So you'll see some more changes coming up. Very excited about that. And what I'm really excited about, you guys, is Mr. Riz here is going to be doing a lot of amazing talks and channeling shorts and giving you guys tons of encouragement.
Psychic Lab. My Psychic Lab series was on pause for a little bit and it's coming back.
Yes.
So guys, we're really happy to be here. Happy Halloween, everyone. Send us pictures of your costumes this Thursday. Take advantage of it. If you haven't celebrated Halloween in a long time, do it. Whether you're dressing up or whether you're dressing up just to open the door for trick-or-treaters, do it.
And if you want to send your Halloween pictures to our email, we'll put it up on our community tab so you can all see what you guys are doing for Halloween.
Yes.
And go to info@rizmirza.com, info@rizmirza.com. And we will get your photos, what you're dressing up as, your dog, your cat, your kids, and we'll post it on the community page. So much love to you guys. We
Happy
really love hanging out with
Halloween.
you, and see you next week.